Yeah, welcome back. After work study, we are understanding the concept of method study and work measurement. You know that the name itself, again, it indicates method study. Method study, it is a process of systematic examining of doing of a specified work. I mean, the way we perform a specified task, it will be systematically examined, reviewed, modified for improve the performance of that particular job or work. Actually, method study and work measurements are the outcomes of work study. We'll see in detail what is method study and what is the procedure followed for a method study. Here, a method study, it is a technique which is used to reduce the work content by analyzing each operations of a given piece of work very closely in order to eliminate unnecessary operations or movements by the workers, materials, or equipment. So here we what we do exactly, we analyze the each and every operation of an organization. Operation means that called activities into the organization. We see that whatever the unnecessary operations or unnecessary movements we're having for the worker or the material or equipment, it will be identified, and that unnecessary things will be eliminated. Through that, we are able to establish and standardized procedures into the organization. So here we have a definition for the method study. A method study is a systematic recording and a critically examination of existing and proposed ways of doing a work. Here it is systematically recording, critically examination of the existing work or the proposed work as a mean of developing and applying for the purpose of developing and applying easier and more effective method, thereby reducing costs. By reducing costs, by improving the effective mode of doing of a specified task, will be done by critically examining of the method of doing of a specified work in the organization or the way of doing of a work into the organization. Through this, we are able to understand that what are the unnecessary things and what are the necessary things. Unnecessary movements and unnecessary operations will be avoided. Through that, we can establish a proper standardized work method in the organization. Through that, we are able to improve the operational efficiency. So here, the method study will be presented in the two ways. That one is done by flow diagrams and process chart, and the critical questioning technique. These are the two techniques which we use. We try to develop in different sort of process charts we use to describe the method study, and we try to examine a critical questioning method. Means we'll ask them questionnaire, we'll prepare a questionnaire, we'll ask the different people who are performing the different tasks, and through that we are able to understand that what are the unnecessary operations and unnecessary movements in material handling and equipment handling and worker handling. Through that, we are able to identify the bottlenecks, and finally we are able to establish the right procedure into the organization. So these are the basic objectives that's already we discussed. These objectives and benefits are derived from the definition itself. So method study is its basic objective is to improve the procedures and processes into the organization. It is support for the designing of the plant and equipment, and it support in designing the plant layout. It improves um, um, the the factors of production like land, labor, and capital and entrepreneur, or men, machine, and material can be used well. And effective use of human resources is possible by using of the method study. We are able to establish and the standardized work procedures, and for the machinery, for people, and for equipment and tools also, we can develop a better working environment. These are the basic objectives of the method study. And benefits are similar, like work will be the simplification will be done, and we can improvise the working method. Better product can be made, by better quality product can be made, improved workplace and the layout can be possible, working conditions can be improved, and we are able to design appropriate equipment according to the requirement. We can reduce the material handling and material processing costs, and optimum utilization of resources are possible, and we have a shorter product life cycle can be established. That means shorter product manufacturing cycle can be established, and higher job satisfaction is possible from the workman because of the lesser movements and lesser by avoiding of the unnecessary movements. And we can reduce the material consumption of waste, material consumption and wastage, and we can reduce manufacturing costs, and we can increase the productivity also. So these are the basic benefits that we are having the method study. we see the process of the method study. First, we'll identify, as like the work study, the method study is also conducted. First, we'll identify a work and method of doing of that specified work, and we record the second step is record the present method to limit the details of the economical justified using by using of the different flow charts and process charts. And based on that, we examine the facts and we develop a best method. We define the new method. We'll install, maintain the new method into the organization for improving the productivity and for reducing the unnecessary for reducing the unnecessary movements into the organization, both at human resource level, equipment level, and material level. So we see that called the method study procedure we're having. First, we need to select. That's whatever we discussed with the flow chart we're having in a detail. First, method study that we need to select our, and we record all the relevant facts, and we represent all in process charts like outline chart, operation process chart, flow chart, man machine chart, multiple activity chart, stimulus motion chart, and motion charts, and film analysis chart. Like so, there are the different process charts we're having. These process charts will be used. You can see this in a diagrammatic manner, the flow chart manner. We're having the three type of charting technique: chart indicating the process sequence, chart indicating the time scale, and diagrams indicating the movements. In these three ways, we are able to describe the structure of the organization. These three ways we are able to describe the method study. So these are the techniques which we use to represent the method study process. And the third step is then examining the facts, whatever which we collected based upon the method study techniques, and we identify what are the purpose of elimination, and what is the combination of rearrange of activities, what are the sequence, what are the persons to be rearranged, and we try to simplify the activity. So these are the examining of the facts in the critical way we'll examine, and we try to develop a new method, and what type of what to be done, where to be done, when to be done, why should to do, and who is to be done. So these are all questions will be answered at the at the fourth stage for the develop the improved method by generating the several alternatives and selecting the best method. Finally, we can define that once the job and once the work study and method study is developed, it is necessary to approve, getting the approval from the management, and the same will be implemented in the organization. And we try to install the new method in the organization. We maintain it, and we periodically review. And if any requirements are if environment changes, whatever the requirements are there into the organization, according to that, new method will be developed. So this is about the method study. Thank you. Next aspect, we will see the work measurement.